I am Dave from Amplify, and I'm talking to the I don't know, the great, the fantastic. Everyone's going to have a different opinion, I suppose, but definitely his past absolutely suggests that he's great in the music era. Jakob Nowell from Sublime. G'day, Jake. How are you?
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I'm doing good. I'm joined here today with my cat Fluffy.
There's nothing better. Nothing better than having a bit of pussy around, I must admit. So, and I think that'll be pretty consistent with most artists. They like to do that, I suppose. So,
Yeah, right.
anyhow, all right, let's go. Uh, it all started back in '88 in California, correct?
Yes, yes. As far as the historians and scholars are concerned, that's really when the fellas got started, man. My
And
father.
and how did it? Tell us briefly. It's always hard to work out what to do in these interviews because they could probably go on for a few hours because basically there's so much that takes place that you'd really to get into it all you'd really like to and in fact I think there's a film coming out, isn't there, or has it come out?
Yeah, yeah. We're in the process of right now with talks about a biopic. These things take a long time to get made, but yeah, it'd be pretty cool if it did.
Well, I think it'll be pretty cool as well. So it happened. It started back in '88, and can you briefly describe your journey? Is that possible, or is that just a ridiculous question? There's
Say
too
it one more time.
much.
Say it one more time.
Can you briefly describe your journey? So you basically made albums to '98. You stopped for a while. Uh, you stopped in '98 and '13, I think, and then you've been making an album every couple of years for the past few years. Yeah.
Not necessarily. No, yeah. So my father and my uncles, yeah, he died in '96, so that's why the band stopped then.
Right.
But albums, and then there was Long Beach Dub All Stars, which was a lot of the surviving members and their friends, and then there was SWR. So the guys did a version of the project with the new singer,
Right.
and then now with sort of the fourth era of the band and just called Sublime again because it has the two original members and the guy's son, which is me. So yeah, we've been working on a record for the last year, and we're hoping to drop it next year.
So how long have you been active?
Um, I've been in and out of bands since I was, I'm 30 now, so I've been in and out of bands since I was 17.
Yeah. And how did you come around to this? How did this evolution occur from dad and uncle and to here?
Yeah, yeah. They asked me to sing a song at a show, and it just we wanted to keep on doing it.
And that's the end. And just while we touch on it, because I know it's probably not a fun thing to discuss, Bradley, how did that? That must be a big event in the whole band history because obviously, usually most bands don't survive it, and this one has.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting story. Definitely a sort of once in a lifetime, once in a generation type of story, man. And it's crazy to be in the middle of it all. But he was beloved by many, and his loss is still felt today, the
Yeah.
reverberations. But I think that getting to do the band still, in a lot of ways, is healing to my family and to the fans as well.
I could imagine it's a bit like the old 27 series with all these, superstars getting to a certain age and then, like mysteriously, that's it. They sort of check out for one reason or another. So,
Yeah, I think about the time that the body gives out from doing drugs. I mean, the
well,
27, lots of 26 and 28-year-olds as well. And now it's even hard. It's even younger with fentanyl.
look,
So
look,
I think types are drawn to experimenting with consciousness, and that's something to be studied and understood
well,
rather
I
than to
think
be.
if you really did work out, my view is that we're spirits in a human sort of form, and so the spirit always goes on. So it's just the human form that sort of moves. So there is no real
Yeah,
death. There's just the death of the human form. And if you come along here, do you come along for a long time or a good time? And I suppose the way that most people age and slow down, you'd probably get it all done in the first 40 and then check out, sort of thing. Because basically, well, I'm just saying, everyone can look at it from a different perspective. He had a full life, that's for sure. He had more of a life than most people who live the whole duration. All right.
Yeah.
How would you
The one.
describe? Go on.
Oh no, yeah, I love talking to these things, man. I mean, that's I love that perspective. I think that in the same way that they say trauma can be generational, love can be generational too, and passed down through the generations and stuff, and things like that can be healed. And I think we're seeing evidence of that in the shows that we're playing nowadays. Like when we play these Australia shows, I'm really excited to see people come out because insofar as we played in the States or South America or Central America or Mexico, we've seen just a wide range, truly all ages, families, children and the parents and the grandparents and sometimes even great grandparents. It shows to me that generational experiences can continue to be passed down, and that's what's
Definitely.
exciting to me
Definitely.
about for
Well,
sure.
well, I also think I was just in a redwood forest, which you guys know over there in California, and they're like 2 million years old over there, and they obviously it's like passing down that they all connect to each other. So the fact that you're singing in the
Right.
band and you've got a father and an uncle, there's those genes that are probably coming through you. So it's a great thing. So I'll look forward. We're looking forward to that. How would you describe your sound?
Yeah, the sound of Sublime is what I would call West Coast alternative music, man. It's I think the epitome of Southern California culture and everything that embodies. It's punk rock, it's hip hop, it's surf, it's reggae, it's ska, and it's just good old rock and roll at the end of the day.
And you spoke about the generations coming along. How's it changed from the original '80s? Has it changed? Has it kept the theme through, or has it changed completely? Because the whole world's changed with the digital world.
Right, right. The sound of Sublime had gone through many different sounds and eras, but to speak of the current era that I'm involved in, I think we're focused on a return to form and looking at what made Sublime so exciting to begin with and celebrating those aspects. Fun, funny lyrics that still have a maybe sort of deeper core and meaning to them about our experiences here growing up in our local area, and with music that reflects that.
Oh, good, good, good. Your latest single is Ensenada. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And that wasn't released all that long ago.
Yeah. No, a few
Is
months
that
ago, we got
is
7 weeks ago on number one alternative airplay for Billboard. It was very exciting to get that kind of success out the gate after joining a project. It's very, very gratifying.
I'm a huge fan of South America, Mexico, that whole thing. The music environment down there is just massive, and most people
Yeah.
don't even know about it. Sebastian Yatra and all this. They've got 30 and 40 million followers, and no one knows about them in the West to some degree. So, Ensenada, that sounds like it's a Latin sort of sound. Is that right? Is that where Ensenada come from?
Oh yeah, so it is a city in Mexico, and it's close to San Diego. So a lot of people from California drive down there. That's not that far of a drive from where we live. So it's a place that people frequent for sure.
So it's the inspiration for the track, that track on the new album coming out?
Yeah, the original inspiration for that track is that Sublime way back in the day, I think in the early '90s, they all did a show down there in Ensenada for the surfing contest. And I guess the song it's sort of from the perspective of it's almost supposed to be ironic. You don't literally want to go down to Ensenada and fuck a bunch of whores or whatever, but
No.
that's sort of rude. It's supposed to be ironic to that. That's what maybe the partner who doesn't understand you thinks that you're going to do, and so you're sort of saying it in a wry and sarcastic way, but however people take the song is totally their right. And so far people seem to be really enjoying the sort of like irreverent and sushi sort of vibe. And but we have nothing but love for Ensenada and Mexican culture, and it's a huge part of what makes the West Coast so special.
Well, it's a special place, Mexico. They've got 20 million people, 20 million guns, so it's a bit dangerous when you're going down there. You might have, Sid Vicious used to get thrown bottles down there. They might just shoot you. So you got to make sure you perform. That's for sure. Um,
Yeah, yeah, or die.
that's it. But that's a fantastic place. It is. It's a great. It's a moving place all the time, and it doesn't get too much kudos from the current administration over there. I think they're picking them up and sending them back. So anyhow, that's another story. You also brought out an album this year. Look at the love we found. Yeah, what was that all about?
Yeah, another way of celebrating all of the people, all of our friends, everyone who's been touched by Sublime and the people we've worked with in the past, that the dudes have worked with in the past. And so, yeah, the name of that record is in reference to a reoccurring lyric that would pop up in a lot of my father's material. And it couldn't be more emblematic of what's happening nowadays. Look at all the love we found, man. They were just a couple of raunchy dudes from Long Beach, California, having fun, and somewhere along the way, they've created this amazing found family, and it's beautiful to witness.
Good. I mean, again, the world needs it. It's in this TikTok world of, phone and flick. We need to stop and look at each other and experience each other. All right. So, when's the new album coming out? Next year, or we thinking 27?
We're hoping early next year.
Okay, so we'll look forward to that, and of course, you guys will tour it around when it comes out, I presume. So there'll be some fans around the world expecting something from that. Talking about that, you've got this tour coming up a few dates in April here. What are you looking forward to? You've been out here before? I know Sublime have been out here plenty of times. Have you been out here before?
Actually, Sublime's never played out there. Not this
Really?
current. No, yeah, yeah. We were very excited to come out to Australia and to sort of debut out there and
Wow.
play down. So my father never made it out there, so and I've never even been out there to travel.
Well, you'll
So
find the fans are unique. You'll find, I'm sure you've probably spoken to other people, but the fans here are, there's fans all over the world, but they certainly love their music here, and it's usually a pretty good time for most bands that are coming out. So I'm sure that anyone that's listening to this are going to absolutely turn up and be right up front. What venues are you playing out here? I didn't see that. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter.
yeah, we're playing in Byron Bay and we're playing Blues Festival.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be great.
Blues Fest is just massive. They were thinking about closing it down last year, and the fans just made sure that didn't happen. So it's just unbelievable. You'll just love it up there, and the
Oh,
atmosphere is really cool as well. So lots of artists. Okay, you've performed. Obviously, you've toured and performed with a whole range of different people. If you had your uh, choice, these are some of the shit questions that you have in the interviews that you hate answering. If you could perform with any artist alive or dead, who would you choose? Why?
um, Gorillas. They've inspired me the most for my personal project, Jacob's Castle, and the bands I work with. And as far as being sort of contemporaries of Sublime in the '90s in their own sphere, um,
Yeah,
I think it should be. I'd be a great lineup. I think it'd be a
mental.
great.
Yeah,
Damon Albarn, Jamie Hewlett are just big inspirations to me.
they are, damn it, fantastic. Okay. What are the long-term aspirations? When you're in a band that's had so much success over the time and the family and the generational stuff, people probably take for granted that they meet you and they think that you're, already you've experienced everything. And I'm sure from your perspective, you probably think I haven't experienced everything, so get out of the way and keep inviting me to the things that I want to experience. What are the aspirations still?
Yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit, right? For me, it does feel like we're just still getting started in a lot of ways. But my aspirations are to, really see a beautiful scene of alternative, beach kind of music blossom and bloom on the West Coast, especially in Southern California, and that's already starting. And to see a lot of young musicians get recognition for a fresh new take on that classic '90s and early 2000s sound of West Coast alternative music, and hey, maybe one day we'll get to take an album or a song into the Grammys. Not that those awards necessarily are everything, but I think it is a fun and exciting benchmark
Yeah.
that we'll look towards. So if that never happens, then that was the God's will. But if it does happen, then hey, man, we'll write it out and have a lot of fun doing it. So
you've got to
write songs and having fun performances. I think that's a pretty happy life right there.
Well, I think that's true. What about a bit of advice before we get on to some really shit questions? What about a bit of advice for, we've moved through, especially these days where, there's so many songs come out on Spotify. The majors don't want to pay anything. Streaming such a shit result for most people. And it's a hard yard to sort of try and be a music artist with so much attention given to that flick on, that video flick that everyone goes through. They don't stop. What advice would you give to an artist today, starting off?
So my advice to a starting off artist is that you're going to want to take your guitar, you're going to want to put it in its case, want to go outside and sign up for community college, find a nice person, ask them to marry you, and pray to God you never want to write another song in your fucking life. And then if that doesn't work and you still can't give up doing music, then you just have to.
God.
The landscape changes every time. Read Seth Passman, read his book, and just continue to live, eat, and breathe this thing.
Where did you find this, Jake? Jake,
don't forget about your passions. Don't forget about the stuff that inspires you.
This is a different conversation. This is a conscious conversation we could have for about a while. Where did you find this at the young age? Because usually this doesn't happen until you've been through some trauma and you've tried to find yourself. But I suppose you've had a lot of history of, some traumatic past and all that in the family and all that sort of gear, and you probably, you could probably face up to it a bit more.
Yeah, lots of trauma for sure. And, that's the human experience. We all have our unique traumas. And certainly they've shaped me, but they don't totally define me. I think today I'm defined by the love of my friends and family and my cat here.
Good on you, man. Well, I think, my view, that's fantastic. A beautiful cat. Beautiful.
Oh,
My view is there's a moment and there's collaboration with it. And then all the measurement is just a story that you create. So, everything that you do can be anything. So if you turn up, you can turn up to the bloody jail cell like Mandela, or you can turn up to outside, or you can turn up to a big life. Doesn't really matter. They're all the same. You've got a choice, and you make that time your own. And so love is the transmuting sort of force that keeps the harmony sort of building. So I agree entirely.
I like that, man. That's very wise. It's very well said.
Well,
yeah.
I think we're all, there's a quantum sort of process that we're all connected. The same way that you pick up the genes from father, and it's probably a bit easier for you to do what you're doing because of that sort of connection. You've had this genetic connection. We're all connected, and basically, as soon as you work out that we are, and we're all trying to just advance each other, then there aren't any superstars. There's just other people that you share the planet with. And so as soon as you can drop that story, all the rich people that are getting richer don't have something to sell because your fear isn't driving you anymore. So these billionaires get left behind because everyone decides they don't need all this shit that they keep on following. Now, it's got to be a few generations before we get there, but I think that, if we keep on the path, we'll eventually get there. All right, let's finish with some shit questions that everyone hates. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Well, I probably can't say it out
No, I
loud.
know, because you got a tour here, you won't get in.
Yeah, because I won't get it. Yeah. But I guess a recent one is breaking this leg at the last Sublime show. Every time we play by the beach, I get the whole crowd to jump in the water with me. It's just a bit of fun, you know. But I took a bad step into the ocean because it was very hectic, and hyperextended my knee the wrong way, and I fractured my tibia. So hopefully
Now,
I'll be time to come to Australia and maybe do it all over again.
we had an artist, Katie Steele, the other night that fell off stage and broke a few ribs and finished the show. Did you finish the show with the broken leg?
Yes, I did. Well, I had it up. It was at the end of the show, but I had an after party show to play, and I went and played that with the broken leg.
God bless you, man. You're my hero.
Yeah,
What's the one topic you can talk about for hours?
oh gosh, TV shows, cartoons, animated shows.
Fantastic. You learn something new. Seriously, I'd love to have a long conversation with you. We'll have to do it some other time. What's the thing you
Oh,
like most about yourself?
oh, well, I guess my ability to keep on going. We all want to give up sometimes, but I haven't quite yet, and I don't feel like giving up today.
Well, I take it a step further. I think from me, from this short discussion, you've got a power in you and you've got a responsibility. So you don't really have a choice. You've got to go out
But
there. You've got to go out there and lead. And if you go
yeah,
out there and lead, your performance is one thing, but once you get past the doing and get into the being, you become a leader of change. And that's I feel that that's your future, man. So I'll look forward to it.
all right, yeah. Fuck.
Here we go. Now, this is all time or current, and we'll finish on this. The favourites. Favourite album?
Favorite album, Demon Days by Gorillaz.
A great album. Favourite artist?
Favorite artist,
Yeah.
like full or just any
Music,
artist?
music, music.
Music artist. There's too many to say my favorite. Longmont Potion Castle.
Well, there you go. Favourite movie?
The Big Lebowski.
He's that's legendary.
Yeah.
Favourite place to visit?
Tokyo.
Fuck, it's so clean, man. It's so regimented and clean.
Yep.
They've got everything sorted out over there. Like
Every
they've got it all worked out. There's nothing sloppy. Favorite venue to play?
Ooh, oh, that's a tough one. Red Rocks is pretty cool. It's pretty big, but I will say, recently I played a venue called Black Sheep in Colorado, and that was real impressive. And then Meow Wolf, Meow Wolf. If
Uh-huh.
anybody ever heard of Meow Wolf before, that's a trip, man. Meow Wolf's trippy.
Where's that?
They have one in Santa Fe. That's the OG one. But they also have Denver and Las Vegas, and I think a few other places. But very trippy art installations.
So you guys have played Red Rocks, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna do it again next year.
That's another awesome, awesome place in history.
Oh, totally.
Favorite food?
Mm. Islander style Calbee short rib, Polynesian style short rib.
Never been into it myself. Favorite drink?
Um, Black iced coffee.
Black iced coffee, no sugar, obviously.
Yep,
With sugar or no sugar?
no sugar.
No sugar. Favorite person in history, apart from me?
Eric Andre.
Eric Andre. That's another. Okay, and this is the last question, and it's very applicable for you. Your favorite tattoo, man. You've got some great ink there, and it's on
Oh
display.
yeah, I mean I love all of them equally, but the ones on my chest, Opie did. My uncle who did the logo for Sublime, and then but my friend Deanna James did these amazing oil painting style tattoos of
Wow, they are unbelievable.
and Apollo over here, the sun and the moon. So
Well, you
those,
see,
so I guess they're my favorite for now.
that's it, Jake. You're on your way, man. I always think to myself when I talk to people, I always think to myself, what was that conversation like? How easy, how hard? What's taking place? Was it just a conversation about stuff, or was it, something deeper? And I think that, especially at your young age, man, a lot of times consciousness is the sort of thing that you come to after you fall off the cliff. You know, you go through the desert many times. And so it happens a lot later in life after you've sort of tried to battle through and deal with all your conditions that come. And because we grow up in an ABC world where A is better than C, we keep on trying to find a better place than where we are. More money, better partner, better house, better whatever. And the only place that exists is here. So as soon as you stop and meditate and stop and spend time in the space that you're in, you start to see everything. And once you see everything, you realize that this isn't a place where you're competing with anyone. This is a place where you're all collaborating. And if you work out how to collaborate with each other, you have a world. And the only people, like if you think about your place at the moment, there's just a division that's grown over the past 5 or 10 years where it's got to be tumultuous. How can you build anything on something that's just keeping on bloody punching each other? And so it takes, Joan of Arc was 17 or 19 or something like that. So 30 is a good age, man. Go out and change the world. And I think you already started. So I look forward to following and seeing how you do so.
Well, rock and roll, man. Thank you for those words, man. I couldn't have said it better myself, man. That's far out.
Good on you, brother. Well, have a great tour and have a great life, and I'll be following you. So at some stage, I'll start a pod on consciousness, and we'll have a different discussion. We'll have one where I try and break you down in 10 minutes and get you crying about something that happened when you were 9 or something like that.
Great idea. I love it.
Good on you, brother. And take care of your cat.
I will, definitely,
Mate,
man. This is a wonderful conversation. Thanks so much.
Does the cat get on social media?
No, but well, yeah. Sometimes it makes the posts. Yeah.
Well, I'll look forward to seeing that too. See you, brother. All the best.
Okay, so much, man. Take care.
You too.